Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be trying to move that out of the way. It's not working. It's okay. Anyways, it's my hot green tea. So today I'm back at work. Um, I brought you all with me to work and all of my projects with me back to work today. And I wanted to continue working on the crazy quilt for my grandson. So I brought three options with me today, and I may just kind of get them all kind of patchworked out today, and then that's my background felt. So I brought with me today the dinosaurs. So I have three different dinosaur patterns, and then I brought funness, more funness. So I brought pirate stuff. We have a sailboat, and we've taken the oldest grandson out on our sailboat, and it's on the lake, so we're not out in the ocean or anything, but it's on the lake, and yes, of course we do life jackets and all the stuff because I'm terrified of him falling overboard. So he's not on the boat without a life jacket at all. But it has the cabin down inside where he can take his life jacket off at, but he cannot come up the steps without his life jacket on. But anyways, so we have that, and he likes going out on it. And I thought, I can't just do sailboat. We gotta do something fun with sailboat kind of thing. So I found this pirate themed material, and I just love it. I love it. And it kind of ties in with this material over here. So I, of course, own a bookstore, and I have read to them every day that I'm with them. If they're with me, we're reading stories. And they love for me to read stories with them. They will sit in my lap and listen to me read stories for hours. And it doesn't matter if it's the same book, we'll read it over and over and over because they're little. They're 4 and 2. Attention span is not very long. We can read the same little Guess How Much I Love You, or The Kissing Hand, or the Foot Book, or anything of that nature. We can read it 500 times and they'll just keep sitting and listening to me read it. They just love it. And I have read books so many times before that I've just started changing the voice that I do it in. And I think that's their favorite part, is that after I've read it so many times, I just start doing it in different voices and different accents and just to mix it up, just because I have read that book so many times by that point. So it gets interesting, but we love storybooks, and we love fun stuff. So I found what I'm calling fairy tale themed. This kind of has more of like a steampunk look to it, but it still feels very fairy tale themed. And this, I love this one too. This one is dragons and Vikings, and I don't know, just a whole lot of other just very, very fairy tale feeling material. I really do love it. And then here was another one that had kind of a Viking feel to it. I don't love the skulls. The skulls are not my favorite thing, but these are little boys, so they're not gonna care that it's got they're not gonna beg for skulls, but they're not gonna care that it's got skulls on it. It's not my favorite thing, but they're not so in your face that it's a deterrent for me, because they're very kind of in the background. So I felt like that was okay, but I really love this one, the more steampunky looking one. I really do love it. So we've got fun stuff to do. So I really like, yay! I'm loving. So I'm gonna start cutting out, and I'm gonna start piecing down, and I think I have found a way to break it has to have a pattern thing. If you've watched any of the previous videos on the previous squares that I've done, my brain likes symmetry and likes patterns, and I think I have found a way to break out of that mold, I guess to say, or something along that line. And if you've seen any of my other crazy quilting patchworking things that I've been working on, my brain likes symmetry. It likes order, and crazy quilting is not really there's no real order. It's just kind of chaotic, and I love the chaotic, but I can't seem to be able to recreate it, or haven't been able to recreate that kind of beautiful chaos. I'm hoping I have found a way to break out of that. So I don't have it with me right this second, but Jennifer Cleaston has a book out called Freeform Flowers, Beautiful Freeform Flowers. Shoot, I can't remember right off the top of my head. Anyways, it's her newest book and it's lovely. But in that, she talks about crazy quilting. In I don't know, chapter 2, chapter 3 of that book, she talks about crazy quilting, and she mentions starting your crazy quilt piece with a 5-sided piece of material. And I thought, oh, well, that would definitely be a way to get out of everything being symmetrical and everything having to line up. That would be a way for my brain to be like, okay, I can put in different shapes and I can put in different things. So I'm going to attempt that today. I'm going to, yeah, basically that's it. I'm going to attempt and do non-symmetrical crazy quilting today. So come along for the journey. This is gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna make you watch me cut out the pieces for this. So I did want to show you the materials that we have to work with, and I'm loving all of this. And side note, bonus part for me, all of these materials, every single one of these beautiful, lovely materials came from my local fabric store. So if you're not hitting up your local fabric store when you're looking for projects or ideas and materials for projects, you're missing out. I truly would not have any of these if I had not hit up my local fabric store first. You can find great things at thrift stores, and of course, you know, there's the big box stores, that's Hobby Lobby and stuff. I try to only hit Hobby Lobby when I can't get things at the local fabric store. But I don't think I would have any of these. I don't think I would have found any of these fun, quirky materials if I had not hit up my local fabric store. And they're beautiful and I love it. So hit up local first, shop local first. I'm big on that. Of course, I own a bookstore and I do a lot of reading, and this is what I do when I'm listening to audiobooks. So I'm a big proponent of shop small, shop local. And when you shop small, shop big with your shopping small. Spend lots with your shopping small. Anyways, that's my little plug for shop local. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to cut out my pieces. And again, I'm going to try to stay unsymmetrical. So this may take me a while. So I'm not going to make you watch all of that. So I'm going to pause it. I'm going to cut out all of my pieces. And then we're going to patch them together. And we're going to see what we end up with. So in the meantime, wish me luck. Be back soon. Okay, everyone, welcome back. So I did it. I'm a little shocked at myself, but I'm pretty pleased as well. So my only thing is I think I might have made my 5-sided piece a little too large. But everything, I mean, and I could have cut it down, I guess. But I have hidden it under some of these others, and I may pull this on top as well. Let's see how. Let me pull. Let's see if I pull. That's gonna. I had to like piecemeal. It felt like I was piecemealing everything together because I had done that one so crazy, but it worked out. It worked. Okay, so actually, I kind of like that better. I'm a little bit sad though because the piece I cut out doesn't have a triceratops on it here. I mean, it's got the T-Rex, and he likes the T-Rex, and the Ankylosaurus, and he likes, and the Brontosaurus, the Brachiosaurus thing. He likes all of these, but the Triceratops was his favorite. So I'm a little bit sad that it doesn't have the Triceratops, but it's got the Triceratops there, and maybe, oh, and it's got one there and there. So maybe that'll be okay. And like I said, I'm probably going to end up doing 2 dinosaur. I have some other dinosaur patterned material as well, so I'm probably going to do 2 dinosaur squares because I just have enough, and I think it'll work out fine anyways. But so there we go. I've already started basting or attacking parts of it down, so I'm going to continue that and see how it goes. Really, I did it. I did, I did it. And my grandson is probably going to really love this. My brain is still screaming, there's no pattern. So, I think it's going to be a trade-off on whether I like it or he likes it. So, and I'm not saying that I don't like it. I do like it. I do like that it fits the crazy mold and the non-symmetrical mold, and I do like that aspect of it. And I like the patterns and the materials together. So I mean, like, there's aspects of it, but my brain is still trying to piece together where the pattern is. So it's just gonna have to come to terms with there is no pattern. Anyways, that's my own personal bridge to cross, I guess, or cross to bear, maybe. I'm not quite sure which one that falls into. And so, like, with the tacking down, I just do small little stitches until I get to the seams, and then I do bigger stitches across the seams to hold the two in relation together to better. I have found that when you have seams and you do a larger stitch across those seams, your work doesn't shift and move as much. Your pieces don't shift and move. Whereas if you just kind of did a little tack over here and you did a little tack over here and then you just kept on going, they can shift and move, and they don't stay in relation to each other the way that you wanted them to stay in relation. So I have found that doing a larger tack, so I do the tiny little stitches everywhere else, but I have found that doing the larger tacks across the seams is better and more efficient as far as really holding everything in place like you want it to. So I'm just going to continue this, and I'll probably speed this part of the video up, not quite sure. And I'm sure you'll have noticed if you've watched any of the previous videos, this is turning into a little series because, I mean, each square does take time to do. And I don't yet know what seam stitch I'm going to do on this one yet. I don't know what kind of goes with dinosaurs. So I don't yet know what stitch I'm going to do for that. And then so I'm trying to figure that out. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. So I'm trying to figure out what stitch I'm going to do for the seams. If y'all have any thoughts, throw them at me. But this is turning into a little series in each video. Like, I just am continuously videoing as I get to different parts of what I'm working on. So I never know where the breaks in where the end of one video is going to be and where the beginning of another video is going to be in my actual recording, because it's just a constant, okay, this is what I'm working on this time, and this is what I'm working on this time. So it ends up being falling into the time frame wise, like how long each part of that particular piece that I'm working on is getting into, as to where I cut it off and start another one and do the next video. So if y'all are getting confused as to why there's like drops and breaks and stuff in the videos, it's not that it was not just I did not think it through as far as, okay, this is what we're discussing in this video, and then this is what we're going to be discussing in the next video. I am having terrible trouble threading needles today. I'm usually pretty good at this. There we go. That didn't take as long as the last one took. Thank goodness. So, like, if one video cuts off just at the end of a sentence, or I say, okay, ta-ta, and we'll be back, because I do know when I'm going to stop recording a specific section, but I don't say, okay, this is the end of this video and see you in the next video kind of thing, and then the next video starts and it doesn't say welcome back or anything like that. I just pick up in the middle of a conversation, because I don't know where those breaks are actually going to be at. And again, that mostly falls into time once everything's edited, or some cases not edited, down to how long they are as to where those breaks end up being at. So sorry if that gets a little confusing for anybody. I did have one lady tell me that she was having a hard time hearing me, so I'm going to try to do better about that as well. I'm not sure, like on my end when I'm recording it, I can hear it and it has good volume. And there's been times where I'm like, whoa, that is way too loud, and I've had to like dampen the volume down on my end because it's super loud. Like it's hitting up, like when you're looking at the editing software, and that's got sound in it, you've got green and you've got yellow and then you've got red that's, way off up over here. So it like parts of it like hits up in the red, and I'm like, we don't want to deafen anybody. So I don't know how to fix that just yet, but I'll figure it out. Oh, that knot's not big enough apparently. And sorry, I'm a hand talker. If you tie my hands behind my back, I can't talk. So, and I can't apparently stitch and talk at the same time because I want to talk with my hands. So, sorry guys. My husband laughs and makes fun of me all the time. You can't talk without your hands. I can't. I've tried. And it's like my brain shuts down and the thought process just kind of comes to a halt. It's like, wait, I can't finish that thought because my hands are, my hands are part of my thought process apparently. So trying to have this conversation and tell you that part while doing this part gets a little tricky. So, and I don't think you want to sit here and watch me baste all this down, so I'm probably going to cut part of this out anyways. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go back to listening to my book while I baste everything down, and then I'll come back once I've got it all basted down. So see you in a few. Alrighty, I got it all basted down. So in all of my tacking, basting down, I was trying to think what stitch to come to do. Trying to come up with what stitch to do for all of the seams. So I think I'm either going to do a chevron stitch. No, sorry, not a chevron stitch. I've already done a chevron stitch. A herringbone stitch. I always get those two confused. Herringbone stitch. So I'm either going to do a herringbone stitch or, I don't know. I think the straight stitches kind of look cool. I really do. So I think I may just, I don't know if y'all can see that. I think they look cool. Or I could do X's. I could do X's. Like I was just tacking down and going along the seams to hold all the seams in place. So where I did all the longer straight stitches along the seams, to me that looks really cool. I think that looks cool. I don't know if y'all can see that. And I think it kind of goes well with the dinosaur. I mean, maybe just kind of like the kind of rustic simpleness of the like that. Yeah, simpleness. The simpleness of the dinosaurs and if cavemen sewed, which I'm sure they probably did. So if cavemen sewed, they just sewed straight stitches, right? So maybe we'll do straight stitches. I kind of really do like that. I like the idea of straight stitches. So now to pick a color, and I may not have the right color with me today, so that may be something I have to pick and do once I get home. Because I don't know that I have it here. But anyway, so I've got that done. So I could go ahead and start working on one of these others. And I mean, honestly, I could get all three of these done because I brought the stuff to do all three. So I could cut out and tack down and get all three ready to go, and then decide. So I think I really do like the straight stitches on that. So I think I'm going to do the straight stitches on the dinosaur one because I really do like that. And then do the pirate and the fantasy / Viking, whatever. Yeah, fantasy / Viking one. And see how that goes and do those. And then I may not have all the colors I need with me today, so I may have to pick colors for stitches when I get home. 'Cause I don't think I really thought about colors today when I was packing my bag of what I'm going to be working on while I'm listening to books. Yeah, and I have been working too. I've been putting out books, been helping customers. There's been a lot of time happen between videos. So every time I pause it and I work on this, I'm also helping customers and taking in books and putting out books and doing all that stuff. So I am still working. I just have a moment of free time, and I would really love to get this quilt done as quickly as possible. I don't want it to be one of those projects that takes years, because the faster I get it done, the faster he gets it, and the faster he gets to use it and enjoy it. But then also the quicker I get to get another one done and move on from there, and get Stetson's done, so then he can be using and playing with or covering it with his. Oh, and speaking of, and there's the phone, so I'm gonna go answer the phone.